Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wichita Northwest High School. It's the last game. Pardon me, it's the last game of the regular season, and that means it is senior night here at Wichita Northwest. And the senior night activities will take place in between the two varsity games, with the girls tipping it off at the top of the hour. We'll bring you those festivities live as they occur from up here as best we can from our vantage point, keeping in mind that everyone on the floor will have their backs to us because they'll be facing the Grizzlies' side. Our encampment here is on the visitors' side. Lots going on tonight. We're going to start it off with our visit with head coach Christina Commons. That'll take place in 2 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey Grizzly Nation, this is Eric Hofer-Holdeman, your principal at Northwest High School. Did you know Grizzly Pride is the combined booster club and PTO here at Northwest? They support both athletics and academics. We're asking you to join Grizzly Pride this year. Due to these extraordinary times, Grizzly Pride doesn't have the same fundraising opportunities they normally have, and we need you to join and offer your donation to help Grizzly Pride out. Go to our Northwest webpage, join today. Go Grizzlies.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We're back home at Northwest for our final regular season doubleheader in the City League, and because it's the final one, that means it's also senior night here at Northwest, and the seniors will all be recognized in between the two varsity games here tonight. We're going to start it off with the girls' varsity. They'll tip it off at the top of the hour. And we're joined, as we always are before every varsity contest, by the head girls varsity coach, Christina Commons. Coach, welcome and congratulations on a big win at West High on Friday.
Yeah, and you know what's most exciting about that game is you never know what you're going to get out of a team. And I think we got the best of West. They challenged us, but then at the same time, I was looking for my girls to make some changes, and we did. Is there always more room for us to make improvements? Of course there is, and I'm really hoping we see it tonight.
So what were the changes you're referring to in that remark that the girls made that stood out to you?
We got to steal the ball. I mean, it's not necessarily the on the ball, and they did a good job of trying not to foul when they were defending on the ball, getting our traps in, but it was the next pass. I want the next one. I mean, that's nice to have the pressure, but I want the next one. I want the steal, breakaway, layup, and that's what we tried to get.
Okay. And you ended up with a big Mercy Rule win, and albeit you have to keep in mind that, you know, West High had a depleted roster. They only had 8 girls suit up for the game, and they didn't have a big team to start with. But those girls, as you mentioned, they played hard, and they played hard from start to finish, and it didn't matter what the score was. And I guess what really strikes me most about it, they play hard, but they did not play. What's the word? I'm looking for a word. they played hard, but they did not play unsportsmanlike.
That is correct. They definitely kept their heads. They didn't come and just trying to push people or this or that. They knew they needed to respect the game, and they did. But what I liked the best is he played who we needed to play. So then that way we could also get a JV game in that night, and so we got to play against him in JV as well, which it was nice to see him have enough kids for 2 teams.
That is good, and that gives the JV team, of course, another game of experience late in the year. You're looking at some of those JV players are going to be playing varsity next year, and every bit of experience they can get, of course, is always good.
Oh, it's awesome to see JV play. Now, I did have to have some of my varsity go down and get some minutes because we were shorthanded. But in the end, it ended up working out really well for our girls.
Okay, so we turn our attention now to tonight. You've got Cape and Mount Carmel, and Cape has handled this once already this year at their place. What are you looking for tonight, and what are we going to do different tonight, or are you going to try and do different tonight from when we played them at their place?
When we played Cape last, probably about a month ago, almost now, or just a little more, that was when we were really starting to show our changes and show some of our improvements. We battled, I want to say, the first half of the game, and then we just got tired. I don't think my team is that way anymore, especially if we come out from the start. Even these last few games, we've learned a little different tactics for ourselves, what we need to do to make sure that we aren't getting gassed as early, and so that we can play 4 quarters.
And this is the time of year when you look forward to playoffs. Our first playoff game will be next Tuesday. Any ideas as to who our opponent might be at this point?
I mean, right now it's kind of like a who wins, who loses. The hope is we can stay in Wichita to play, but I almost feel like we might be on the road and going out of town. But if we can get a win tonight, that could totally disrupt some of that idea of where we go.
So that's another good reason to get a win tonight, is to maybe get a in-town game and not have to go on a long bus trip. And I'm thinking in terms of Garden City or Dodge City or somewhere, or Manhattan, a long ride. Even Manhattan isn't near as long as Garden and Dodge. So, yeah, being able to play at home would be a big advantage next week.
Well, and I think one of the things is I know Manhattan is up there. It is an option. And I really do want to play them again. I don't think we gave them our showing that we needed to in that tournament. So I really actually kind of want to play them.
Well, okay. We'll see what happens next week. Of course, nothing's going to happen next week until you get through tonight. So we'll just say best of luck tonight, and let's go get the Crusaders.
Yes, and one thing I like about tonight, too, is being senior night, you never know what your team's going to do. Are we going to come out and just go all out? Never seen us play like this before, and I'm really hoping my seniors have that pride in themselves to just give it their all. My 4 seniors, we've got Mackenzie, Carly, McKaylee, and Sasha. They've pretty much been with the program for the past 4 years, and I can't wait to see what they're going to play like tonight.
Can you give us just a little synopsis on each one individually, what they've done here and what you expect they might be doing a year from now?
Well, I mean, every single one of them has gotten varsity minutes every single year they've been here. We've kind of been short numbers, and they've really stepped up. Even since freshman year, they've really stepped up and set a tone for what they wanted to do. Sasha's been a fantastic post player for us all 4 years. Leading rebounder, free throw shooter. I think she has like the most attempts. She is still not exactly sure what she's going to do, but from the sounds of it, kind of sounds like she's going to go to Emporia State to continue her education. Mackenzie, I got her as a point guard now, even in freshman year JV or C team. I had her as a point guard then too. She kind of took the last few years away from that and was more just an actual guard. But I'm so happy to see her back at it. She is actually a good leader. She may not vocalize it as much, but the team definitely respects her. And then I think she's going to stay local. McKaylee, she's still not sure. She's on the fence between a couple places. But I have a feeling that she's also going to stay local. She's been great for me. pushed her more as a guard these past few seasons, where this season kind of had her play post for me, which was fantastic. It's nice to have those girls be willing to do different roles. Carly's also going to stay local. She's been more of our guard figure, and she's going to go to WSU Tech.
Good for all these girls. And, you know, I'm just going to throw a kudo out to Carly in particular. I thought she had her best game of the season against West last time out.
You know, and what's interesting about it is we even talk every single time we shoot the ball and we play these games and activities just to kind of loosen up. I keep telling her, you need to shoot the three, and she finally does and makes it. Yeah. So she's really gotten her confidence back in herself, and that's good to see.
Well, maybe she'll launch a couple of threes tonight through the hoop as well, and help get us more points on the scoreboard that way.
Hey, and if she's not the only one doing it, that would be amazing.
All righty. Best of luck tonight against the Crusaders, and we'll look forward to a visit wherever we go next week.
Yes, thank you so much.
Head coach Christina Commons on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's girls' varsity contest against the Kapaun Mount Carmel Crusaders. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey, man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
Means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Good evening again, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wichita Northwest High School for tonight's Greater Wichita Athletic League doubleheader, featuring the visiting team, the Crusaders of Kapaun Mount Carmel High School, and your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. Girls' game will be tipping off here shortly. There's the 3-minute warning as I speak, and we're happy to be set and ready to give this one to you. My name is Kevin Arkin, glad to be with you wherever you are on planet Earth. Our executive producer tonight is Craig Hill. He'll be bringing you the sights and sounds of both of our games here this evening. Visiting with Coach Commons before airtime here this afternoon, just visiting on what the possibilities are for playoffs. Playoffs for the girls will begin next Tuesday. And the Grizzlies will travel, they know that much. They are currently the number 12 seed in 6A West, and they will travel either to Manhattan, to Liberal. Oh gosh, she told me 3 places, and I can only remember 2 now. They're all out of town. Manhattan, Liberal, and I cannot remember the third. I apologize for that. A lot of things have to happen. Of course, the outcome of this game will have a bearing on where we go, along with the outcomes of other games tonight and Friday night. Friday night, the Grizzlies do not play. They have a bye on Friday. And with the bye on Friday, they're going to be spectators. And I assume the coaching staff will be out scouting opponents for next week. We also don't know the start times of the games in the playoffs. Acacia has not yet fed us that information. I'm assuming that start time will be at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, but we do not know that. And they're going to start right off by introducing the starting lineups for both teams. For Cape and Mount Carmel, dressed in their road blues. Number 12, Lizzie Romer is a senior. Number 13, Maddie Spears is a junior. Number 22, Ellie Knipp is a sophomore. Number 33, Clara Hocker is a sophomore. And finally, Ella Rudy, number 42, is a junior. The head coach for Cape and Mount Carmel is Will Engels. Will is assisted by Kelsey Garner and Shannon Rebodello. Now the starting lineup for your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. A senior at 5'1", playing guard, number 1, Mackenzie Edwards. 5'7", senior guard, number 10, Carly Wimberly. 5'2", junior guard, number 21, Aaliyah Richard. Number 22 is a 5'7", senior guard, that's McKaylee Nave. And finally, rounding out the starting lineup, a 5'9", senior forward, number 24, Sasha Reed. Head coach for the Grizzlies is Christina Commons, and she's assisted by Taylor Darr. And you can tell I taught today. I don't have a lot of voice to work with. Grizzlies are in their home whites. They will play from left to right here in the first half. Up there to tip it off for Cape and Mount Carmel is Ella Rudy, and she'll be opposed by the Northwest Grizzlies, number 24, senior Sasha Reed. Getting ready to get this kick started. Whistle blows, ball's in the air, and Capen wins the opening tip. They have it on the far side, and a long three to start things off, misses. Rebounded by Capen, the putback doesn't go, and Carly Wimberly comes away with it. Kenzie Richards will bring it up the floor. Richards, Wimberly, Nave, Reed, and Aaliyah Richard. That's your 5 on the floor to start the game. Nave has it, top of the key. Gives it to Edwards rather. Now to Richard. Into the paint, ball lost out of bounds. Will turn over to Cape and Mount Carmel. If you're just joining us, Cape and Mount Carmel and Northwest. This is the girls' game. We're in the first quarter, no score. Knipp passes it off. That one comes back to Hocker. And a long three misses everything. The putback doesn't go, but there's a foul called on the play. And the Crusaders' Lizzie Romer will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. First one's up, and it's good. Romer makes them both. It's 2-0. Grizzlies with the ball. Full court pressure being put on by Capen. And the ball knocked out of play by Clara Hocker. It'll be a inbound for the Grizzlies. Richard will handle it. Gets it into Edwards. We're back underway here in the first quarter. Aaliyah Richard. Grizzlies taking their time, being deliberate. Edwards takes it back out again. And Wimberly in trouble, double team. She tried to get it to Edwards, and it was picked off by Capen. Spears dishes it off. Now Spears has it again, drives to the free throw line, passes it to Rudy. Rudy back to Hocker. And a three-pointer by Lizzie Romer is good, and it's 5-0. Grizzlies have taken a full timeout. We're going to go ahead and take that full timeout with them. In 60 seconds, stay with HS Grizz. This is Grizzly basketball.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Back at Northwest High, Grizzlies called that timeout. We erroneously posted it to Kapaun. That was a Grizzly timeout. 5-0 they trail, 5:56 to go in the first quarter. Want to send a shout out. They're watching from all over the country tonight. We have viewers in California, and we want to welcome the father of Kapaun's Maddie Spears, Bill Spears, to the broadcast tonight. Hope you're enjoying it from the Golden State of California. Grizzlies inbound the ball, trailing 5-0. Richard on the far side brings it up near side. Wimberly, top of the key. Tried to get that to Richard, and it was picked off. And there's a breakaway and a lay-in basket for Maddie Spears. I'm sorry, Lizzie Romer, excuse me. Grizzlies bring it back down now, trailing by a touchdown. We have a whistle and a foul called. Each team with one. That one is charged to Romer. Edwards to Richard. Richard thought about a three, pulled it back. Wimberly having a hard time controlling that ball. Now feeds it a nice pass to McKaylee Nave, and she can't finish. The rebound is picked off by Kapaun, and here come the Crusaders back down the floor with it. Knipp gives it to Spears, to Rudy, and a three-pointer launched and missed by Knipp. Put back, though, is good, and it's 9-0. Edwards, she puts it up and she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair. And the foul is charged to Ella Rudy. That's her first. Edwards' first free throw is up and good. And the Schneider is off the board. Grizzlies make some substitutions as Stubbs comes in. Cameron Stubbs, the 5'11" junior forward, comes into the game, joining Kylena Hallman, number 33, a 5'9" junior forward. And also in the game is number 30, Aubrey Navarrete, the 5'9" sophomore forward. Grizzlies put a little more beef into the game. And those three join Richard and Edwards. There's one that lips out. Hallman with the rebound, gets it to Richard. Aaliyah Richard. She gives it back to Hallman, to Richard. Spin move, now dishes it out to Navarrete. Navarrete, a spin move, puts it up, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair. third team foul on Kapaun. Comes with 3:34 remaining in the first. Navarrete's first one is good. Ellie Knipp comes back in for Kapaun, replacing Spears. Navarrete's second one is also good. Grizzlies cut the lead to 5, 9-4. Knipp brings it down the floor for Kapaun. Knipp with it in the corner. Gives it out. Kapaun's looking for a three. There's one that's blocked. Rebounded by Stubbs, and Edwards has it for Northwest. Passes it into Stubbs. Stubbs looking for help. Gives it back to Edwards, who pulls it back out again. Cameron Stubbs over to Edwards, puts up a three, and it's short and goes out of play. It'll belong to the Crusaders. Nice crowd on hand. Tonight is senior night. Senior night ceremonies will take place immediately after this game. Knipp sends it over, now back to her, and this time sends it into Sadie Sanders, who came into the game as a substitute. There's a shot missing, rebounded by the Grizzlies. Richard, there's a whistle. And what are we going to have here? Looks like a two-shot foul. Blocking foul is going to be called. Well, no, they're going to inbound it instead. Kapaun is now at the limit. Any future fouls will result in two shots in this quarter. Out to Navarrete. Hallman. Back to Navarrete for three. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Knipp, and here comes Kapaun Mount Carmel back with it. Down the floor they come. Three rims in and out, no good. Rebounded on the far side, and a foul called. The rebound by Aubrey Lohman, the 5'1" freshman guard who snuck into the game when we weren't paying attention. And she replaced Kenzie Edwards. Here's Navarrete in the paint underneath the Stubbs. Count it. Beautiful play for the basket. And the Grizzlies trail by 3 now. They've reeled off 6 points in a row after giving up 9 in a row. Sanders with it. Spears passes it to the corner. Underneath, loose ball. Spears will pick it up and pull it back out again. She gives it to Knipp. In the paint it goes. Rudy passes it. 18-footer misses. Rebounded by Stubbs. She gets it to Lohman. Lohman, a long pass. Navarrete puts it up wildly. Doesn't go in. Ball goes out of play, and it's going to stay with Northwest. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Grizzlies trail 9-6. Hope you're enjoying the game wherever you are on planet Earth. And we welcome all of our Northwest family, as well as anybody from Kapaun Mount Carmel who might be tuned in. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. There's a steal by Lohman. Sends a long one up to Carissa Patterson. Her shot is blocked out of bounds. It stays with Northwest. Carissa Patterson just subbed in a moment ago for Aaliyah Richard. Navarrete will inbound. She does so. Round the horn it goes. Navarrete, oh, she couldn't control it, goes out of play. And Knipp will inbound for Cape and Mount Carmel. Underneath the basket. Against a double team, puts up a shot that misses. Rebound underneath, and Romer puts it in. 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. Capen will have the last shot. Doesn't go, and that's it. At the end of one quarter of play, it's Cape and Mount Carmel 11, Northwest 6. Back with the second quarter after this. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Cape and Mount Carmel will inbound to start the second quarter, leading by 5. And we're underway in quarter number 2. On the floor for Northwest, Mackenzie Edwards, Sasha Reed, Aaliyah Richard, McKaylee Nave. There's one that lips in and out, and the rebound. Nice job by Carly Wimberly. And I think she was the one I didn't mention, so I think I got them all, hopefully. There's one bouncing around. Capen comes away with it. Now a loose ball on the floor, and Richard comes away with it. Edwards gives it to Richard. Richard thought about it, now drives, tries to put it up. It's blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Northwest. Grizzlies trail 11-6. 7:14 remaining till halftime. And we invite you to stay tuned at halftime for our Meet the Grizzlies segment. In all likelihood, our final segment of the year. Sasha Reed, her pass is intercepted. Coming away with it is Ellie Knipp. She brings it up the floor herself for the Crusaders. Into Rudy, loose on the floor. Kenzie Edwards comes away with it. Gives it to Richard. Richard off the glass, doesn't go, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Ella Rudy. That's Rudy's second. And the first one is short. Really need to make our free throws tonight. Grizzlies trailed 9-0. They've got it back to 5. Count it back to 4. 11-7. Here's Capen with it. Knipp brings it up the floor. Spears. Back over to Stella Fury, number 41, who came into the game. That one lips in and out. No good. Out of play. It'll stay with Capen. And Fury puts up a 3 off the heel, rebounded by Sasha Reed. Here come the Grizzlies back. Kenzie tried to get it to Richard, and it's intercepted by Knipp. 2-on-1 break for Kapaun, and Spears finishes it off. Wimberly for Northwest to Stubbs. Back to Wimberly for 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Lizzie Romer. Here comes Kapaun back with it. That's Fury. And a 10-footer goes in for the Crusaders, and the lead is 8 again. 5 minutes till halftime. Our Meet the Grizzlies segment tonight will feature one of the junior varsity players, Mason Norman. We invite you to join us for that. And what do we have here? We have nothing called, a missed basket. Grizzlies trying to draw a charge, and the whistles were silent. Sasha Reed off the rim, no good, rebounded by Fury. Fury sends it wide to Knibb. Back to Fury, to Spears in the paint. Doesn't go, rebounded by Kapaun Mount Carmel. Fury has a shot blocked by Reed. And Spears with it again. She'll pull it back out. Gets it into Romer, now wide for Knibb. Back to Spears. Spears fed it into the paint, was blocked out by Sasha Reed, and the Grizzlies are going to come away with it. Nice play by Reed. Wimberly with it to Reed. Reed at the stripe, gives it back to Aaliyah Richards. She'll pull it out, give it to Wimberly. Carly, she overled Sasha Reed. It goes out of play, and it will turn over to the Crusaders. Grizzlies will sub in Hallman and Navarrete, and number 35 is Carissa Patterson, the 5'10" freshman guard. Seeing action for the first time in the contest. Knipp brings it up for Kapaun. There's another loose one. Knipp gets it, and a foul's going to be charged. I'll bet it's on Edwards. It is. It's her first. First team foul of the second quarter. Each team with one now. Inbounded short and picked off by Edwards. Edwards underneath. A lay-in by Navarrete misses. Can't afford those. Patterson's. They're going to turn it over to Kapaun. Patterson was on the sideline when she touched the ball. Inbounded to Edwards. Kapaun in a 2-1-2. That one comes out for Edwards. Navarrete, a long rainbow. Off the front, no good. Rebounded by Stubbs. She can't get it, gets it again, misses. 3 shots and we can't miss it. Edwards gets the 4th rebound and then coughs it up. There's one intercepted by Patterson. To Navarrete. She puts up another rainbow. Good! Navarrete for 3. And a timeout's taken. I don't know who called it. Looks like it's a full timeout taken by Kapaun Mount Carmel. We will go ahead and take it with them. Back in 60, this is Grizzly basketball. Kapaun will inbound to resume play after the timeout. Knipp brings it up the floor for the Crusaders. Gives it to Spears, back to Knipp. Fury sends it in the corner. Now on this side to Knipp. Fury at the top of the key. Knipp drives, pulls it back out. Grizzlies in a 3-2 zone. Crusaders trying to crack it. Spears puts it up and she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot a pair. It's on Edwards, her second. Edwards will probably come out. First free throw misses. Spears will get one more. Romer comes back in for Kapaun. Spears has one more to go. Ball's on its way, and it's good. Grizzlies are down by 6, 1:13 to go. Romer did replace Edwards. Over here on the near side, Patterson with it. Carissa gives it back to Navarrete, now to Hallman. Hallman trying to feed it into Stubbs, has it picked off. 2-on-2 for Kapaun, and they lay it in. Less than a minute to go in the first half. Romer, Navarrete for 3, short. Rebounded by Romer. Romer off the glass, doesn't go. Fight for the ball, and Kapaun comes away with it. 20 seconds to go. Spears with it, puts it up, and it rolls, doesn't go. Rebounded by Hallman. 8 seconds on the clock. Hallman takes it, sends it to Navarrete. A long 3 is way short, and that's the way the first half will end. So at the end of 2 quarters of play, it's Wichita Northwest trailing Kapaun Mount Carmel 18-10. We're going to have our Meet the Grizzlies segment with Mason Norman coming up after this 2-minute timeout. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly basketball.
Hey Grizzly Nation, this is Eric Hofer-Holdeman, your principal at Northwest High School. Did you know Grizzly Pride is the combined booster club and PTO here at Northwest? They support both athletics and academics. We're asking you to join Grizzly Pride this year. Due to these extraordinary times, Grizzly Pride doesn't have the same fundraising opportunities they normally have, and we need you to join and offer your donation to help Grizzly Pride out. Go to our Northwest webpage, join today. Go Grizzlies.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's halftime and time once again for another segment of Meet the Grizzlies, and we're joined tonight by junior varsity player Mason Norman. And Mason, welcome aboard. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and about your family, if you would, please.
Both my parents are math teachers. My mom actually works here at Northwest, and my sister goes to Wilbur.
And does your sister also play basketball?
Yes, she does.
So there's some point that we could have two of you here at the same time.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your basketball history.
I played a little bit when I was younger and started in 6th grade and played all through middle school.
And how you liking basketball at the high school level now?
It goes really fast, so you have to.
But you can get used to that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. What are your personal goals as far as yourself in basketball and your team?
Probably just to work on post moves and dribbling and stuff for myself personally, and the team. Hopefully, we can grow and work together and create some good plays. So.
And if I understand correctly, this is your first year at Northwest, and you have moved here. Is that right?
Yes, I came from Valley Center.
Okay, well, Valley Center's loss is Northwest's gain. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay. Best of luck to you this season, and we look forward to many more visits with you going forward.
Thank you.
Mason Norman, our guest here at halftime on our Meet the Grizzlies segment. Stay tuned. We're going to be taking a 60-second timeout. Then we'll be back with the second half of tonight's Varsity Girls Contest. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Welcome back to Wichita Northwest. We're at halftime, 3 minutes till the start of the third quarter. Grizzlies trail 18-10 to the Crusaders of Kapaun Mount Carmel. How are you? I'm good. Good to see you. I'm in my element. Yeah, that's what they keep telling me. So, sorry about that. Anyway, we trail 18-10 to Kapaun Mount Carmel here at halftime. Each team burned a timeout in the first half. And we start off fresh on fouls, of course, in every quarter under the new high school rules for this year. And they are darn good rules. I love that rule. The NCAA could learn a lot from us. I've never liked the bonus and double bonus and one-on-one and all that garbage that belies college basketball, and we used to have to do it too. I'm glad that Keisha changed the rule. My hat's off to him for doing the right thing. Just on a programming note-wise, I'll tell you what's going on for next week. The girls play Tuesday. We don't know where. We won't know where until this weekend. We know it won't be at home. The boys will play Wednesday, and if Coach Hill told me correctly and I understood him correctly, the boys will be the number 3 seed regardless of what happens here tonight. He went that way. I'm good. Hang on, folks. I'll be back. All right, sorry about that, folks. We are getting set for the start of the third quarter. It'll be Kapaun inbounding to start the third, and it's Northwest inbounding to start the third, and we're underway here. And Wimberley misses everything. Quick rebound over there by Hocker, and here comes Kapaun Mount Carmel back. Kapaun in blue, Northwest in white. Knipp put up a long three-pointer that missed. Rebounded by Kenzie Edwards, the smallest person in the game. And Richard, yes, lay it in there. Aaliyah Richard scores. It's 18-12. Knipp to Romer. Romer on the near side with it. In the paint and laying it in. Pulling it out is Edwards. Kapaun has the same problem with their road uniforms that we do with our boys' road uniform. The numbers are impossible to read from a great distance. Need to talk to their haberdasher about that. Edwards gives it to Sasha Reed, now to Aaliyah Richard, and now to Carly Wimberly, and the only one I haven't mentioned is McKaylee Nave, and that's the 5 on the floor. And we have a 3-second violation, I believe, called on Northwest. That'll turn it over to Kapaun. Romer will inbound for the Crusaders. 6:15 to go, third quarter. Grizzlies down by 8. That's the margin at halftime. Knipp gives it to Romer. Romer tried to lay in, it didn't go, and nice to see that they're human too over there. Edwards will bring the ball up the floor for Northwest. Aaliyah Richard with it. Richard in the paint. Oh, that one is deflected, and it'll turn over to Kapaun Mount Carmel. Subbing in for Northwest, Cameron Stubbs returns to the game, as does Aubrey Navarrete. Kapaun with the ball and the lead. Spears sends it back out. Underneath, Spears lays it in. And I'm going to take that back. That was Ella Rudy, not Spears, that scored that basket. Navarrete puts up a 3 ball off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Kapaun. Romer couldn't control it, and it'll be Richard coming away with it for Northwest. A long pass, too long, and unfortunately it'll turn it over to Kapaun, and a little sloppy play here by both teams. Kapaun will inbound with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and a 10-point lead. Fury sends it into the corner. There's a long 3 put up off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Stubbs. She gives it to Richard. Richard brings it up the near side. Into the paint, puts it up off the glass, doesn't go. And the rebound to Kapaun Mount Carmel. Knipp sends one all the way back out. Fury sends it around the horn. Now in the paint, putting it up, no basket, and Stubbs gets the rebound for Northwest, feeds it up to Richard. Richard goes 1-on-2, doesn't get the basket. Kapaun comes away with it, brings it down. Underneath, there's a shot blocked by Reed, and they're going to call Reed for the foul. Very unfortunate. That's her second, team's first in the third quarter. And it will put Spears at the line to shoot a pair. First one is off the heel, no good. Aubrey Lohman and Carissa Patterson both come back into the game for Northwest. Numbers 2 and 35 respectively. Joining Navarrete, Reed, and Stubbs. That's your 5 on the floor. Spears makes 1 out of 2. It's an 11-point game. Halfway through the third quarter. Grizzlies have not won a quarter. There's a 3 ball by Patterson that rims out, no good. Rebounded over there by Knipp. She sends it to Fury. Fury saves it, but Navarrete comes away with it for Northwest. Lohman up to Patterson. Patterson pulls it out, and she's fouled. That'll be a common foul. First foul on Kapaun here in the third quarter. Fouls charged to McCoy Pfister. Her first. Ball inbounded to Lohman. Patterson in the corner. Navarrete tried to get it into Stubbs, and Stubbs couldn't get it. It goes out of play and will stay with Northwest. Lizzie Romer comes back in for Kapaun, replacing Knipp. Inbound play to Reed. Lohman to Navarrete for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Crusaders. There's a three ball, nothing but net. Grizzlies trail by 14, the largest deficit of the night for Northwest. Patterson for three, no good. Rebounded by Stubbs. Navarrete puts one up from 12, it doesn't go, and Reed is down. She's not severely injured. Crusaders charged with a foul. It's charged to Mason Palace, number 21. Lohman for three. Good! Kapaun brings the ball down the floor. Underneath to Fury. Rudy to Fury. And then to Pfister. There's one off the rim, no good. Who's going to get the rebound? It'll be Romer. Now I think Romer just got fouled by Patterson. She did. Patterson's first foul. Ball inbounded. Back underway. Fury sends it to the far side. Fury's three-pointer's off the heel, no good. The putback misses. Hallman trying for the rebound, and a second putback by Rudy makes it. That one knocked. Oh, it stayed in play. I take it back. Nice play by Spears. And a nice lay in that time on the play by McCoy Pfister. And Crusaders have doubled up Northwest 30-15. That one goes out of bounds to Northwest. Spears comes back in for the Crusaders. And I was incorrect. I thought they gave that to Northwest. They obviously did not. Three-pointer misses everything. Ella Rudy with a rebound. Underneath, Spears can't get it. Stubbs has it knocked out of play, and it will turn over to Northwest. 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. Underneath, Stubbs. Lohman for three, short. Rebounded by Hallman. Hallman gets it to Navarrete. She puts it up, it's short. Putback by Stubbs doesn't go either. Richard pulls it back out. There's 16 to go in the quarter. Grizzlies are going to play for a last shot, looks like. Lohman puts up a three. Good! Aubrey Lohman for three. And that's the way the third quarter is going to end. After 3 quarters of play, it's Cape and Mount Carmel 30 and Northwest 18. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey Grizzly Nation, this is Eric Hofer-Holdeman, your principal at Northwest High School. Did you know Grizzly Pride is the combined booster club and PTO here at Northwest? They support both athletics and academics. We're asking you to join Grizzly Pride this year. Due to these extraordinary times, Grizzly Pride doesn't have the same fundraising opportunities they normally have, and we need you to join and offer your donation to help Grizzly Pride out. Go to our Northwest webpage, join today. Go Grizzlies.
Welcome back to Northwest High School, getting set for the start of the fourth quarter. Cape and Mount Carmel will inbound to begin play here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for Northwest, it's Kenzie Edwards, Sasha Reed, McKaylee Nave, Leah Richard, and Carly Wimberly. And we are underway here in quarter number 4. Grizzlies come in trailing by a dozen. There's Romer for 3. That's off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Aaliyah Richard. Grizzlies need to get hot and score some points. Wimberly for Northwest gives it to Edwards. Back to Wimberly. To McKaylee Nave. Nave. We have a whistle. They're either they called a foul on Capon. Foul is charged to Ellie Knipp, her first, and the first team foul in the fourth quarter. We inbound and we are back underway here in quarter number 4. Sasha Reed with it, top of the key, gives it to Wimberly. Wimberly to Edwards. Grizzlies meticulously looking for the open shot. That one goes out of play and stays with Northwest. And if you ever needed an argument against a shot clock, this is it right here. Northwest is taking their time to get a good shot going. And the shot clock would end that. So if you want my personal opinion, keep the shot clock away. It's ruined every level of basketball it's put in. There's a foul called, and then we'll be shooting free throws here. Will Cape and Mount Carmel. And it'll be Mason Powis going to the line. She misses the first one. She'll get one more here. And she missed them both. Rebound to Sasha Reed. Kenzie Edwards brings it down the floor, gives it to Wimberly. Wimberly from the stripe has 2 girls taller than her nailing her. And we have a full timeout, I believe, taken by Northwest. It is a full timeout. We're going to go ahead and take that timeout with them. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizzly Basketball.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
to redefine yourself,
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
we bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
With our executive producer, Craig Hill, Kevin Arkin, Northwest High School for the regular season finale Hard to believe the season's coming to an end already. We start playoffs on Tuesday with the girls. At a place and time yet to be determined. This will be the last time we see Cape and Mount Carmel till next year, as they are not in 6A like we are. Aaliyah Richard with the ball after the restart. Wimberly to Richard. Back to Carly Wimberly. Back to Aaliyah Richard. Back to Edwards. Back to Richard. Richard drives in the paint, gives it to Reed. And Reed has the ball picked off her pocket. We have a bunch of whistles, and I don't know what they're calling. But I think they called a jump ball. And on the alternating possession, it goes to Northwest. And again, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Spears almost tied up again for another jump ball. That would have been a great defensive play wasted. Romer from 10 feet misses. Sasha Reed with the rebound and a whistle. And they're calling a jump ball on the rebound. So it'll go to Kapaun on the alternating possession, and that's another good play wasted by Northwest. Stubbs and Lohman come in for Northwest, along with Navarrete. Lohman lost the handle. Coming away with it is Kapaun Mount Carmel, and a miss. Navarrete over to Richard. Richard puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Mason Palace. Romer. There's a long three, in and out, no good. Palace with a rebound. Gives it underneath to Romer, she lays it in. Grizzlies got to get those defensive boards, that's critical. There's one picked off. Underneath and laying it in, that was kind of easy for McCoy Pfister. Grizzlies down by 16 now. Largest deficit of the game. You have a whistle. We have a bunch of subs coming in. We'll reset the Northwest lineup for you. Patterson, Reed, Lohman, Navarrete, and Stubbs. Lohman on the far side puts it into Stubbs underneath to Reed. Lay it in, yes. Sasha Reed made that look real pretty. And the deficit back down to 14. Clock working against Northwest now. Lizzie Romer for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Stubbs. Patterson will bring it up the floor. She gives it to Navarrete. Navarrete to Stubbs. Now Patterson puts up a three. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Lohman. Patterson drives from 10 feet. Off the glass, misses everything. And now we have a not sure. I think they called that on McCoy Pfister. No, they couldn't have. That was on Reed, excuse me. Sasha Reed picks up her fourth. Been the story of the year for Miss Reed. Foul trouble has plagued her almost every game. That one goes out of play, and it's just all that hustle on her part. In the air, missing everything. Now we have a foul on the play. Fouls on Stubbs, it's her first. Third team foul. And we have free throw made. To be honest with you, I can't tell you who that is. Or between not being able to read the numbers and her hair being in the way, I can't tell you who that young lady is. I'll tell you in a moment. She makes them both. And those free throws were made by Phoebe Laufer. Patterson on the near side for Northwest. To Navarrete. Far side to Patterson. Patterson drives, puts it up, it's blocked, and we have a whistle and a foul called. Patterson's going to go to the line and shoot two. It's on Ella Rudy. It's her third. I'm sorry, take it back. Yeah, it is Ella Rudy. It's her third. Patterson shooting two. First one, no good. Coming back in for Kapaun is Mason Palace, replacing Rudy. Missed them both, unfortunately. Kapaun with the lead and the ball. 2:20 to go. Kind of apparent how this one's going to end. There's a three-pointer. Pfister gets a three-pointer. And that one goes off the backboard. That'll stop the clock and turn it over. 2:05 to go in the game. Ball inbounded to the Crusaders. Pfister gives it to Knipp. Back to Knipp now. Palace. Good motion offense by Kapaun. And a miss and a rebound by Stubbs. Here comes Northwest back down the floor. Kenzie Edwards with it for the Grizzlies. Ball, ooh boy, that was a big, big foul by Patterson. She got her money's worth on that one. That's her second, fourth team foul. Northwest is at the limit. Stubbs comes out. Replaced by Hallman. Kapaun inbounds. 1:10 to go. And Kapaun in no hurry to do much of anything. You know, if you never read an argument in favor of a shot clock, this is it. I still don't want it. Grizzlies, you're over the limit on fouls. So we'll be shooting two here. There's the first one is good. They've doubled us up again, 40 to 20. Pfister will get one more. Second one is short, rebounded by McKaylee Nave. Richard into the corner. That's Edwards. That's a long two. She was standing on the line when she shot it. Palace sends it over to Rudy on this side. Ella Rudy, double team now, and manages to get rid of it to Romer. Inside 20 to go. Rosie's going to fall tonight. Eight seconds to go, and that should do it. Grizzlies still fighting. Two seconds on the clock. Knipp makes the first of two. One more coming, which makes them both. Well, it's academic. There's the buzzer, and we are final. Final score in the girls' contest tonight. Cape and Mount Carmel 42, Northwest 22. We'll be back with our senior night activities. We're going to do that before we go to our visit with Andy Hill, so stay right here with us. We're going to let the PA announcer do his thing, and we're going to let you see, you see him there tucked in the corner. We're going to turn up the volume on our floor mic and let the PA announcer do his business. No, you're fine. You're fine. Not at all. I'm letting everything go. We're doing senior night. I'm good. How about yourself? Here. One moment. We became grandparents on Valentine's Day. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I haven't seen this one. She just sent this during the game. Milk drunk. I believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, this time, that's David. Before we do, we'd like to welcome, first of all the parents that are here this evening, class of 2024. We're all aware of how much time and energy and dedicated to your students and how you become well. He'll be a good dad, I think. Oh, they took her for a walk today. They live in Austin. It's always warm down there. It's like 80 down there. He works for a fencing company out of Austin. He sells first, I'd like to recognize Cortland Burns, escorted by that's what he's doing. He gets to engineer and lay on All right, there's your senior night ceremonies, the best we can give you. Unfortunately, it's everybody's back. As I mentioned, they face our crowd. Our vantage point with our only camera is back here behind everything, so it's the way it is. We're going to go ahead and send it to Andy Hill. He'll talk about his seniors as well. We'll have all of that for you here in 2 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey Grizzly Nation, this is Eric Hofer-Holdeman, your principal at Northwest High School. Did you know Grizzly Pride is the combined booster club and PTO here at Northwest? They support both athletics and academics. We're asking you to join Grizzly Pride this year. Due to these extraordinary times, Grizzly Pride doesn't have the same fundraising opportunities they normally have, and we need you to join and offer your donation to help Grizzly Pride out. Go to our Northwest webpage, join today. Go Grizzlies.
Our regular season finale event continues now. We're going to turn our attention to the boys varsity game, and to that end, we're joined as always by head coach Andy Hill. Coach, taking a look back at Friday night, I know Friday night for you was kind of a disappointment, I know.
Yeah, it was a tough one. All the credit goes to West and Coach Brumbelow. He had his guys very well prepared. They played incredibly hard. And just took us out of a lot of what we do well and what's made us successful this year. They made things difficult on us. So all the credit in the world goes to them. We didn't play very well, but a lot of that has to do with how well West played. So sometimes it's not your night. It's unfortunate to happen at this late point in the season. All we can do is try and learn from it and build on what we've done to this point in the season, and hopefully try and use that as an opportunity to just refocus here going into this last regular season game and into sub-state. We're a very good basketball team. We've shown that over the course of the season, but we're not so good that we can't get got on a given night if we're not fully plugged in and turned up to play. So that happened Friday, and hopefully it can be an opportunity for growth for us.
And again, I'll add my own congratulations to West High. It was their senior night as well, and they had probably the largest crowd in their building that I have seen the last 5 years when we've been there. They really had a good turnout, and they were a loud bunch as well.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere, great turnout by West High. I thought we had a pretty good student showing as well that came out to watch. So it was a great environment, and I think we got off to a slow start. I think our energy wasn't great to begin the game. I think once we turned it on, both teams played at a pretty high level, especially defensively. So, like I said, all the credit to West, and we just got to get things right and move forward from here.
What does that loss do to our playoff situation? As far as our placing and where we're at in the whole scheme of things in 6A West?
It ended up not impacting just because of some other results from Friday night. We ended up locked into the number 3 overall seed in 6A West. So that's where we're going to be. Finish-wise, it's 3. We can't get to 2, and we're not going to fall any lower than 3, no matter what the result is against Kapaun. So we don't know yet who will play for sure. There's still a lot to sort out. A lot of teams still have two games left, some even 3 games left. So we just our bye night happens to fall the last night of the season. So we'll see what it shakes out as in terms of opponents and things like that.
And I did look at the Acacia site at some of the scheduling and whatever, and if I'm correct, if I remember this right, we will play our first sub-state game at home next Wednesday. Is that right?
Yeah, we're 6A boys are Wednesday, Saturday this year, so it kind of alternates. Tuesday, Friday is 5A boys this year, and we'll be Wednesday, Saturday.
Okay, so now let's do this, because I do want to talk about our seniors, and we'll talk about the game tonight at the end. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and then I'm going to come back with Coach Hill, and we're going to talk about our seniors, because it is senior night tonight, and then we'll talk about Cape and Mount Carmel. Stay with us. Lots more coming on the pregame show. This is Grizzly Basketball. Back with head coach Andy Hill, and as mentioned just prior to the break, tonight is our senior night, and Coach, I would love for you to talk about the seniors on your team and what they've meant to this program.
I'm more than happy to. I love talking about those kids. I'll start with Jace Glasper. Jace is a kid that he transferred to Northwest his sophomore year. He played basketball as a sophomore, was a really good JV player for us, suited up varsity. Last year, for a variety of reasons, he decided not to play basketball. And then his decision to come back out this year has obviously been huge for us. We don't have anywhere close to this type of season without Jace out there on the floor for us. The energy that he plays with, he's the Energizer Bunny. I mean, he doesn't stop playing hard. He's fast. He never gives bad effort. And he's the type of kid, even when he makes a mistake, he makes a bad turnover, misses a layup, something like that. A lot of kids will kind of, they'll jog back on defense or they'll hang their head. He's usually the first guy back after he makes some kind of mistake, and usually making up for it on the other end. So just how hard he plays and his effort, and he's so consistent with that, has been absolutely huge for us. And we're so happy that he played this year. Jerome Henderson, I'll talk about him next. Jerome, kind of not a similar situation, but just he hasn't played here all 4 years. His freshman year, that was the year we were in remote school. We weren't in school in the building. He wasn't even able to get a ride here to play basketball. We didn't know who Jerome was his freshman year. We had never seen him. He came out as a sophomore. He had struggled during remote school, so he was ineligible to play for a lot of his sophomore year. And then he took a big jump between his sophomore and junior year, was in our rotation last year, and now he's made an even bigger jump. You can make an argument that nobody in the City League has improved more from last year to this year than Jerome. He's a guy that for most of our years has been our leading scorer, really good athlete, and just a great kid. He comes from some tough circumstances at home, and what he's overcome to get where he's at, to be in a position where he's going to graduate high school is a big-time accomplishment for him. And then you add the success he's had on basketball floor this year, and I'm just so happy for him, and I'm so proud of Jerome. He's gonna join the Army next year. He's gonna do the military thing. I think that's gonna be a really good thing for him, just to start his life off, and I couldn't be more proud of him. And then Tayshawn Williams is a kid that you don't have a lot of 4-year varsity players in 6A basketball. Not a lot of kids come in and play right away as a freshman like he has. or like he did, and he's just grown and grown every single year. A lot of people that haven't watched us this year might just look at his stats and think that he hasn't had as good of a year as he did last year because his scoring numbers are down. But that's a sacrifice that he's made for us, to take less shots, to not dominate the ball as much, because we've got so many other guys who can score, and he's recognized that, and he wants to win. I mean, he had the big statistical year last year, but we didn't win as much. He wants to win, and he wants to go to state, and he's doing what we need him to do for that to happen. So I'm really proud of the maturity that he's shown this year, just the leadership that we've gotten from him. He's just a great basketball player. He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play at Northwest. He was on track this year potentially to be a 1,000-point scorer. It's looking like he may come up just a little bit short of that mark, but that doesn't take away anything from what he's meant to Northwest basketball for these 4 years. So just a great senior class. And then I want to talk too about Quentin Brown. Quentin played 3 years for us. This year he's a senior, and he approached us about being a student assistant coach this year because he wants to go into coaching. So we were happy to do that, and he's been great. I mean, he is so smart and knowledgeable about basketball. He works really hard. I think he's going to be a phenomenal coach as he moves on, and he's just a great kid, great young man. So it's been a really fun senior class. I've really enjoyed him. Oh yeah, for sure. You don't replace them. You hope that you can develop some guys and have some new roles on the team, but we're not going to be able to replace what each of these kids has done for us.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Now let's turn our attention to the matter at hand. We've got Cape and Mount Carmel coming in here. They're a mighty salty squad. They had our number at their place, and let's look to get a W here at home. What do we have to do? What do we have to do different tonight than what we did last time?
Rebound. We got to rebound the ball. I think above everything else, and there's a lot we got to get right to have a chance to beat a team as good as Kapaun. But if we can't rebound the ball consistently, especially defensive rebounding, we're not going to have a chance in that game. They out-rebounded us at their place by like 25, which is a crazy margin. That's
a lot of possessions.
Yeah. I mean, they crash the glass offensively as hard as any team. They create a lot of second looks, third looks, fourth looks. And if we're allowing them to do that consistently, we're not going to be able to stay in the game. Watching our first game against them, our first shot defense was pretty good. I mean, we forced a lot of misses on their first shots, but the problem was they got a second look and a third look and sometimes a fourth look, and you just can't weather that storm against a team that has that many good players and can score the ball as well as they can. So that's priority number one. Probably number 2 and number 3 as well, is we got to rebound. I think if we do that, if we can just be competitive on the glass, I don't expect us to out-rebound them, but we got to hang around, within 5 on the glass to really. And I think if we do that, we've got a chance. We've got a chance to get them.
Okay. What's the injury situation for tonight?
Healthy. We're good.
All right. I always love that answer, and we've been blessed this year that's been the answer almost every game, that the team has been healthy throughout most of the season, and that's a tribute to you and your coaching staff for keeping them healthy and practicing them right.
I don't know. It's probably a lot of luck. I think, Coach Rashad Daniels probably gets a lot of credit for that. He's our strength and conditioning coach here. Tommy, our athletics trainer, does a great job kind of doing – they call it prehab, that preventative maintenance stuff with them. And we've got a full team here that's done a great job.
Okay, best of luck tonight against the Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders, and we'll look forward to a visit before our first playoff game next Wednesday.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Head coach Andy Hill on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. After the 60-second timeout, we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's senior night season finale against the Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Welcome back to Wichita Northwest High School. We're getting set for the start of our varsity boys contest. The girls having dropped a 20-point decision to Cape and Mount Carmel in our opener. Grizzly boys come into this game 13-6 on the season. However, they've lost two of their last three, each of their last two road games. They've lost to Southeast and to West respectively. So trying to come back from that is going to be a formidable task. Cape and Mount Carmel pretty much dominated the game at Capen earlier this year. And they certainly have a tremendous height advantage. You heard Coach Hill talk about how the most important part of his game plan, the key to the game tonight, is rebounding. Grizzlies have to get the defensive rebounds and not give Cape and Mount Carmel second chance points. But that's what killed us in the first game. So we'll see how all of that works out. As I mentioned earlier, if you were watching the girls' game, the girls will play their first tournament game, sub-state game, Tuesday night. We don't know what time. I presume 7 o'clock. We also don't know where yet. We do think now that it has been narrowed down to Liberal, Manhattan, or Great Bend. It'll be at one of those locations. And right now the plan is to bring you that game live, assuming we have no problem with permission from the Kansas State High School Activities Association, as this is a CASIA-sponsored event. They have never refused us access to sub-state games in the past. I don't think they will this time. We're planning, and we will be on the air. We'll be on the air 15 minutes before tip-off, as we normally would be with the pregame visit with head coach Christina Commons. The boys are the number 3 seed in 6A West, and we're pretty sure that this game isn't going to change that one way or another. We can't rise to number 2, and we don't think we can fall to number 4. With that being said, we've got 2 home games iced in the bag, assuming, of course, that we win the first one. The boys, we do know, will play their first game here at Northwest on Wednesday night, and we think that game also will be a 7 o'clock tip-off. And that game will be broadcast, assuming no problems with the Kansas State High School Activities Association. Again, we really do thank them. They've been very generous to us in the past in that regard. And Jeremy Holliday is just an absolute delight to work with, and I sure appreciate all of his help in past years at these CASIA-sponsored events. It is a pleasure to work with him, and I think I'm working with him this spring in the 5A softball tournament at Wichita State. I've been asked to MC that event again, and it's an honor to be asked to do so, and I have accepted. It's at the conclusion of the event last year. I have so much fun at that tournament. I hope to be pushing up daisies and still emceeing it. Grizzlies are in their home whites with dark numerals, dark trim. And, of course, Cape and Mount Carmel in their road blues with white trim and dark numerals. I'm assuming they have dark numerals. They still have their warm-ups on. I'm waiting for one person to take his shirt off, warm-up shirt off, and tell us what's going on. No, I've got him. Yeah, that's no problem. Great. Okay, we're going to be taking a pause here for the national anthem. Stay with us. That is the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem. Another brilliant rendition of same. Now it's time for the starting lineups for both teams. I'm going to give you the visiting team first. The Crusaders of Cape and Mount Carmel, who are wearing their road blue uniforms tonight. A 6'4" senior, number 4, William Thingvall. 6'5" sophomore, number 5, Rocco Keller. 6'3" junior, number 21, Corbin Johnson. 6'5" senior, number 22, Tegan Charles. And finally, a 6'3" senior, number 25, Brooks Powers. Head coach for Cape and Mount Carmel is Steve Eck. He's assisted by Cortland Carney, James Conley, Tim Hebert, and Will Hebert. That's the starting lineup for the visitors from Cape and Mount Carmel. Now the starting lineup for your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. A senior guard, 5'9", number 2, Tayshawn Williams. 5'11" sophomore guard, number 4, Darian Hammond. 6 foot junior guard, number 5, Eli Benning. 6 foot 3 senior forward, number 11, Jerome Henderson. And finally, a 6'2" senior forward, number 23, Jace Glasper. Grizzlies are coached by Andy Hill. He's assisted by Gavin Darr, Kylan Hawkins, and Gary Cooper. Grizzlies will play from left to right in the first half. Tipping the ball for Northwest, it'll be Jace Glasper. And I'm willing to bet you dollars to donuts, it'll be William Thingvall for Cape and Mount Carmel. Let's see if I'm wrong. I am. Tegan Charles will do it for the Crusaders. Whistle blows. Ball's in the air, and Kapaun wins the opening tip and brings it down the floor. On the floor for the Grizzlies again, it's Williams, Hammond, Benning, Glasper, and Henderson. First one misses, and that first rebound goes to Northwest. Eli Benning picks it up, brings it down the floor, sends it to Henderson. Henderson to Hammond, back out to Williams for three. Missing the three and rebounded by Henderson. Up off the glass this time, and it doesn't go. This rebound is by Tegan Charles. Here comes Kapaun back down the floor with it. Each team with one possession. No score in the varsity contest. That one is short. Rebounded by Kapaun, and that's what we're talking about. Keller got 2 rebounds, put it in on his third attempt. Benning for Northwest. Moves around, dishes it off. There's Henderson. Henderson gives it to Williams. Williams almost lost the handle, pulls it back out, gives it to Benning. Kapaun is in a 2-3 zone. Glasper to Williams. Williams from the line, pulls it back out, gives it to Benning. Benning to Henderson. Jerome Henderson missing, and it's rebounded there by Keller. Here comes Kapaun Mount Carmel down the floor with it. That's Corbin Johnson with it, and he gives it off to Thingvall. Thingvall back to Johnson for 3 off the heel. No good. Rebounded by Darian Hammond. Benning to Williams. 2 minutes gone, 2-0 Kapaun. Hammond on the far side. Into the corner, Henderson for 3. Off the rim, no good. Put back by Glasper, counted. And the Grizzlies have tied it up. Down the floor with it is Thingvall. He gives it to Johnson. Driving in the paint is Thingvall off the glass, and he scores. And we have a whistle. And we have a foul called on Thingvall, I believe. It is on Thingvall, his first, team first. Benning brings it in for Northwest. Off the glass and count it, we're tied again at 4. Good job by Eli Benning. Here comes Kapaun bringing it down the floor. That's Tegan Charles. Missing. Who's going to get that rebound? Kapaun gets it back, misses another one. This time Glasper gets the rebound. Here comes the Grizzlies with a chance to take the lead. Knocked out a play, turn it over to Kapaun. That is unfortunate. Substituting for Northwest, number 13, Franklin EQ, the 5'9" sophomore guard. Pardon me. Kapaun inbounds. That's Tegan Charles with it. Thingvall on the near side. Pulls it out, puts up a 3. Rims in and out, no good. Put back, no. Rebounded by Benning. Benning over to Williams, and Williams scores, and the Grizzlies have the first lead. Northwest gives a walk-in that time to Corbin Johnson to tie the game. Three keys to this game are rebounding. Oh, there's a mishandle by Henderson. That's going to cost us 2 points. Rebounding, good shooting, and good luck. Those are the 3 things we need to win the game tonight. AQ missed it. Got to have the short ones, guys. Benning for three, short. Rebounded by Thingvall. There's a wide open, easy lay-in, and it's missed. Rocco Keller missed it. Glasper got the rebound. And we have a blocking foul called on Kapaun's Corbin Johnson. His first, team second. You can see that we're shooting through the Kapaun student section. Grizzlies will inbound. Comes into Jace Glasper, he gives it to Henderson. Benning, short, rebounded by Kapaun. Thingvall, faked a three, then went in, missed the layup, gets his own rebound, puts it up, missed it again. This one goes out of play and it will stay with Kapaun. Those are the rebounds we need to get. .252 to go, first quarter. Grizzlies trail by 2. Thingvall, oh, that was just too easy. I'm sorry. You can't give them those. Benning for Northwest. Grizzlies trail by 4. They led by 2. Benning into the paint, foul called. I think this will be on Kapaun. It is. And it's on it's on Brooks Powers, excuse me. That's his first. Glasper takes the inbound pass. Williams underneath, alley-oop, yes! Glasper finishes it off. Corbin Johnson gives it away. Tegan Charles with it now, pulls it out. Fakes giving it to Johnson. Gonna put it underneath the Thingvall, and Thingvall got open and scores. I'm glad that guy's a senior. Williams' shot misses, rebounded by the Crusaders. Here they come. Corbin Johnson, far side. Pulls it out, gives it to Charles. Puts up a three off the heel. And the rebound's going to go to AQ. Good job by Franklin AQ. Williams pulls it back out for Northwest. Gives it away to Glasper. Underneath the Benning, he couldn't get a shot off. That one goes out of play and turn it over to Kapaun Mount Carmel. Substituting in for Northwest, Henderson and Hammond return for AQ and someone else. They still have 6 players. Now Eli Benning comes out. And we're back underway. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Been a fast-moving quarter. Corbin Johnson underneath. Tegan Charles threw it away, picked off by Hammond. Hammond into the corner. Glasper, nice job to save that. Takes it underneath, gives it away. Henderson, yes, for 3! Jerome Henderson scores it for 3, and we're down by 1. And now they're going to call a foul on Williams. Reaching in, got the arm instead of the ball. That is only the first foul of the night on Northwest. That's good news. Thengvall will inbound it. Gets it to Corbin Johnson. 22 seconds remaining. Thengvall again. Give and go back to him in the corner. Has two guys draped on him. And they threw it away. Grizzly basketball with 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. And we're underway. Benning drives. I don't know why there wasn't a whistle there, but there wasn't. So the first quarter will come to an end at the end of one quarter. Cape and Mount Carmel 12, Northwest 11. We'll be back with the second quarter after this. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz, and this is Grizzly basketball. Grizzlies inbound to start the second quarter, trailing by 1. Benning gives it to Henderson, back to Benning. Benning for 3, off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Cape and Mount Carmel. Into the game for Northwest at the break is Liam Calvert. Liam Calvert, the 6'2 forward. Benning brings it back with the team trailing by 3 points. Hammond off the rim, no good. And a foul call, that'll be over the back on Henderson, I'll bet. Oh, it's not on Henderson, it's on Calvert. Liam Calvert picks up his first. Jace Glasper comes out. He's replaced by Ajadius Red, the 6'5" junior forward wearing number 22. Back underway. Johnson sends one in the far corner. Keller back to Johnson. Back to Keller. Keller to Thengvall. Thengvall from 12 feet misses. Actually, it's blocked. Hammond pulls it back. Oh, he lost the handle, got it back. And gave it away. It was tipped, so it's not over and back. Henderson with it. Gives it to Benning again. Calvert for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. And Thengvall gets ahead of everybody and lays one in. And Grizzlies are going to take a 30-second timeout. And we're going to keep it right here. Grizzlies trailing by 5 now. Not in bad shape, though. This is certainly doable. Nobody's in foul trouble for either team at this point. Nobody with more than one. Grizzlies make no changes. Williams, Benning, Hammond, Red, and Henderson on the floor for Northwest. Benning will inbound to begin play, and he gives it to Tayshawn Williams, who hadn't picked it up yet. Now he does. Williams, oh, he coughed it up. No, was he fouled? Yes, he was. Each team with one. Grizzlies inbound, and we're back at it. Red in the paint, spin move, put it up. Yeah, oh, it didn't go. Put back doesn't go. We got to have those. Third time it doesn't go when he's fouled. He should go to the line here. Foul is charged to Keller. That's his second. Red is at the line shooting 2. First one. Oh, come on, you got to have those. That's the good luck part. With any kind of good luck, that would have fallen. Makes 1 out of 2. Kapaun inbounds. We're back underway again. Corbin Johnson will bring it down for the Crusaders. Into the paint to Thengvall. He dishes it off. And an easy lay-in that time for Charles. Grizzlies down by 6. Williams faked out everybody, including his own team. There's a travel. What? Oh, come on. That was a travel. Now they're calling a foul on Darian Hammond. Oh, I take it back. They gave that one to the Crusaders. That's on Thengvall. That's his second. I'll take that. Clock's out of sync, 5:10 to go till half. Benning gives it to Williams, uncontested 3. Good! Grizzlies back within 3. Doing everything they can to hang around here. That one's intercepted by Benning. And he scores. We're down to a 1-point game again. And a timeout has been taken by Kapaun Mount Carmel. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Well, the Grizzlies trailed by 8 just a moment ago. They've run off 7 in a row. Enjoying this wherever you are on planet Earth. Got a good game going here. Grizzlies get it back. Williams tried for the lead, didn't get it. Benning gets the rebound, coughs it up. Red gets it. And that one doesn't go. And Red's going to get called for a foul over the back. Second team foul on the Grizzlies. Jude Porter comes in for Kapaun, and he'll handle the inbound chore, number 2. And he inbounds it to Powers, and we're back underway here. in the second quarter. Intercepted by Red. Sent a long one down. Glasper to Benning, counted. Grizzlies lead. That's part of the good luck we needed. And they're going to call a foul on Northwest. I believe it's on Benning. It is. Third team foul, each team with 3 here in the second quarter. Kapaun will inbound. 3:59 to go till halftime. Tegan Charles takes the inbound pass and brings it up the floor. And drives, doesn't get it, but the putback misses. Who's got it on the floor? It's going to be Kapaun with it and a foul. That's probably a pretty good foul, though, to give. They're charging it out to Williams. That'll be his second. Wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him come out. First free throw, misses. Part of the good luck thing is Kapaun having a bad night. We could use that. So far, so good. Grizzlies lead 19-18. Now they're going to bring in a player, and that'll be Keller coming back in for Kapaun, and he will replace Owen Erlacher. Grizzlies have Hammond, Benning, Henderson, Red, and Glasper on the floor. Makes 1 out of 2, ties the game. Benning will bring the ball down the floor. Henderson to Red. Red off the glass, yes! Red gives us a 2-point lead. Tegan Charles for Kapaun. Oh, he fed it out, was intercepted by the whistle. And they think they're going to call him for walking. I'm not exactly sure. My view is blocked to that corner of the court, so I couldn't see what would happen there. Grizzlies with a 2-point lead in the ball. Benning, oh, he got tripped. And they're going to say that the line monster got him and turn it over to Kapaun. Charles underneath, reverse layup doesn't go, and the rebound comes back. Thingvall will put it in. Oh, he missed! And that rebound to Benning. Kapaun missed 3 shots in a row and only got 2 of the rebounds. Hammond, it doesn't go. Who's going to get the rebound? It goes out of play to the Crusaders. Oh, they gave it to us. I'll take that. Benning takes it in the backcourt. Brings it across, 2.5 to go. Pardon me. Glasper underneath to Hammond. He drives. Nice kiss off the glass. There. Kapaun with it. That's Johnson into the corner. Keller lost the handle. Northwest comes away with it. That's Benning with it, bringing it down the floor to Hammond. Hammond over on the near side to Henderson. Henderson back out to Benning. Into Henderson. Off the Grizzlies lead by 6. And a timeout's been called by Kapaun Mount Carmel. Be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 1:34 to go till halftime. We have a performance by the Palm squad coming up at halftime. We're going to let you see that and hear it. Grizzlies are at the limit on fouls for the quarter. Kapaun still has a foul to give. Kapaun will have the ball. Thingvall will inbound. Inbounds to Charles. Tegan Charles will bring it up the floor. Back to Thingvall. Charles sends it back out to Brooks Powers. Underneath to Charles, and the height differential hurt us there. Thingvall, a 3 that misses. Here's Glasper all by himself laying it in. Inside a minute to go, first half. Grizzlies lead by 8. That one misses. Rebounded by Henderson. Here comes Northwest, and they're going to pull it back. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him go for the last shot. Into the corner to Glasper. Glasper lost the handle. Got it to Henderson, back to Glasper. Glasper pulls it out, 15 to go. Underneath. Hammond to the corner to Henderson. Good for 3! Grizzlies by 11. Holy cow, what a second quarter. Listen to the crowd. At halftime, your score, Northwest 30, Kapaun Mount Carmel 19. We'll be back. We're going to keep it right here as the Pommies are getting set to come out. We're going to let you watch the Pom squad in action here at halftime before we go to our halftime break.
Hey Grizzly Nation, this is Eric Hofer-Holdeman, your principal at Northwest High School. Did you know Grizzly Pride is the combined booster club and PTO here at Northwest? They support both athletics and academics. We're asking you to join Grizzly Pride this year. Due to these extraordinary times, Grizzly Pride doesn't have the same fundraising opportunities they normally have, and we need you to join and offer your donation to help Grizzly Pride out. Go to our Northwest webpage, join today. Go Grizzlies.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare young people in Kansas for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the...
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover.
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
To challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
the best training,
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
so you can be all you can be.
Back underway, third quarter. Grizzlies now playing from right to left here in the third quarter. We'll set this lineup for you. Henderson, Benning putting up a long two, missing. Jace Glasper's out there along with Tayshawn Williams. And Darian Hammond, that's your 5 on the floor here in the third quarter. "15-footer by Johnson is good. Grizzlies need not to come out in a funk here. They've given up 4 straight. They led by 11 at half. They're down to a touchdown. Underneath, Glasper. Up off the glass, doesn't go. Putback doesn't go, but he's fouled to go to the line, and he will shoot a pair. Glasper's first one. Misses. Missed them both. Well, we can't have much of that. Grizzlies need to get out of this funk in a real hurry. Underneath, Tegan Charles gives it off to Powers, and scoring is Keller. And the Grizzlies are going to take a timeout, and I don't blame them. I would too. This will be a 30-second timeout, no doubt. Well, it is a 30-second. We'll keep it here. Grizzlies have given up a 6-point run here to start the third quarter, on way to blowing an 11-point halftime lead. I want to thank our executive producer, Craig Hill, for all his hard work tonight. Couldn't do this without his help, or at least not nearly as well. Grizzlies will inbound. That'll be Benning inbounding it for Northwest. Gets it to Williams. Williams to Henderson to Glasper, and now back to Williams. Man-to-man being played by the Crusaders. Benning has it. They're taking their time. Into the corner, and they turned it over. Underneath, Charles sends it back out to Johnson, and his misses, rebounded by Glasper. Maybe that'll be the spark the Crusaders will give the Grizzlies here. Williams in front of Thengvall. Thengvall picks it off. And now a foul's going to be charged, and I'll bet you that's going to be to Glasper. It is on Glasper. It's his first team foul here in the third quarter. Benning comes out, replaced by Ajadius Red. There's Johnson with a 3, and it missed. Turnover to Northwest. Break for the Grizzlies here. Williams brings it across the timeline. Long three off the rim, no good. And it's rebounded by Corbin Johnson for Kapaun. Here come the Crusaders back. Powers back to Tegan Charles, who puts it in. 8-point run. The lead is 3. It was 11 at halftime. Darian Hammond in the paint to Red. Red is fouled going up. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Red needs to make a free throw just to get this quarter Schneider off the board. He makes it. Back to a 2-possession game. Of course, it was a 4-possession game at halftime. Red's second one, short, rebounded by Keller. Kapaun underneath, Corbin threw it away right into the arms of Red. Red gives it to Williams. 3-ball by Glasper, good! Jace Glasper for 3. Now, well, do they call it timeout or not? They blew the whistle like it was going to be a timeout, and they stopped the clock. Then there was no timeout charge, so we're going to keep on going. Grizzlies lead by 7 again. Thengvall at the stripe. Dishes it off to Charles, who lays it in. Charles got behind the defense and scores. 34-29 Grizzlies. Tayshaun Williams tried to pass it, it bounced right back to him. He got a break there. Glasper. Red. Up, doesn't go. Putback doesn't go by Glasper. And Glasper may be called for a foul on the play. It is, it's his second. Thengvall, long 3, misses. I don't know why Thengvall isn't parked under the basket. Williams. Underneath to Henderson. Henderson's shot is blocked by Brooks Powers. Powers with it. I don't know how he didn't walk. Tegan Charles now in the paint. Puts it up and he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's the 3rd foul on the Grizzlies. That's also the 3rd foul on Tayshaun Williams. Williams may be finding himself on the bench here shortly. First one by Charles is good. 34-30 Grizzlies. Benning comes back in for Hammond and Red. He comes back in along with Liam Calvert. Now Red is called back. And Henderson comes out. Charles has one more, and he missed it. Rebound to the Grizzlies. Come on, guys, let's get some points. Glasper in the paint. Turned it over. I don't know why that wasn't a blocking foul, but Charles with it for Kapaun. Thengvall now. Gives it to Brooks Powers. Into the paint, Charles puts it up and scores. All of a sudden, we're only up by a bucket. Foul called. It's on Corbin Johnson. Each team with 3 now. Common foul, they'll inbound to resume play. Benning gives it to Glasper. AQ back to Benning to Williams. Williams to Glasper, they pull it back out. Into the corner, there's a 3 off the rim, no good, knocked out of play to Kapaun. Kapaun now with the ball and a chance to tie it or take the lead. And they tied it. The 11-point halftime lead is gone. Out of play to Northwest. (34-34) tie. Grizzlies need to make a run like they did in the second quarter. That was just awesome. Glasper's shot is partially blocked. Now what do we have? We have a foul called on Northwest away from the ball. And it's called on Franklin AQ. Thengvall sends it into the paint. Charles missed. Rebound by Glasper. Come on, guys, get the lead back here. Benning brings it across the timeline. Benning still has it. Across the way to Hammond. Benning in the paint to Glasper, and he can't finish it. Last shot time, and Grizzlies are going to go into the fourth quarter trailing. Well, we're at the end of the third quarter, and after 3, Kapaun has come all the way back to take a 2-point lead. We'll be back with, you're watching Grizzly basketball.
Hey Grizzly Nation, this is Eric Hofer-Holdeman, your principal at Northwest High School. Did you know Grizzly Pride is the combined booster club and PTO here at Northwest? They support both athletics and academics. We're asking you to join Grizzly Pride this year. Due to these extraordinary times, Grizzly Pride doesn't have the same fundraising opportunities they normally have, and we need you to join and offer your donation to help Grizzly Pride out. Go to our Northwest webpage, join today. Go Grizzlies.
Well, the worst case scenario for Northwest has come to pass. They came out flat in the third quarter and paid dearly for it, getting outscored by 13 points in that frame. And instead of leading by 11, they now trail by 2. Northwest will inbound to start the fourth quarter. back underway here. Grizzlies trail 36-34. They need to get something going now. That'll work. Nice lay in there. Ties it up at 36. They have a foul called on Northwest. It's on Tayshawn Williams. And for Tayshawn, that is number 4. Our clock malfunctioned here and did not stop there. We'll get it reset for you here in just a moment. Corbin Johnson for 3 off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Thingvall. Man, it's a bucket. Benning tried to scoop one underneath. It didn't go, and Crusaders are going to get the ball with the lead. Thingvall. Tips it in after the miss by Keller. And somebody woke up Cape and Mount Carmel during halftime. Three ball. Missed. That one's picked off. Here's a 2-on-1 break. That one goes out of bounds off of Henderson. And it'll be Cape and Crusader basketball underneath the basket. Oh, that was too easy. Tegan Charles just laid it in. It didn't cover him. Now a timeout has been taken by Northwest. It'll be a full timeout, and we're going to go ahead and take it with them as well. Grizzlies trail by 6, 42-36. We'll be back after this timeout. Stay with us. HS Grizz, this is Grizzly basketball.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
to redefine yourself,
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Possession arrow is pointing toward Cape and Mount Carmel. Grizzlies have 2 team fouls. Cape and has none. And the Grizzlies down to 2 timeouts now. Cape still has 3 remaining here in their second half. Grizzlies inbound, and we're back underway here in the fourth quarter. Grizzlies down by 6. They've been outscored by 17 in this half. There's a long 2, good by Benning. That'll get things going. No changes in personnel for Northwest. Tayshawn Williams is in the game playing with 4 fouls. Corbin Johnson sends it into the paint. Picked off by Thingvall and Brooks Powers. I don't think that's going to count. Call Brooks Powers for a charge. No basket on the play. It stays a 4-point game, and the Crusaders will get the ball. And again, our clock got away from us here. We'll fix it in a moment. That one goes out of play. Ball inbounded to Henderson. Now to Benning. Now to Williams. Williams driving. Dishes it off. Liam Calvert gives it back to Benning for three, and it's good. And then we're down by one again. Powers gives it to Charles. Now back to Powers and over to Thengvall. There's a three ball that misses. Thengvall with the rebound, loose on the floor. Brooks Powers comes up with it and coughs it up. Jace Glasper intercepts the pass. Here's Benning coming up the floor to Williams. Williams in the paint, pulls it back out. Three ball by Tayshawn Williams. Grizzlies lead. Tegan Charles misses a layup. Grizzlies get the rebound. Let's add to the lead, boys. It's only two. Williams gives it to Benning. Back to Williams. Williams drives into the paint, lost the handle, or was he fouled? He was fouled by Thengvall. That's his third. Team second, each team with two. Grizzlies will inbound from the baseline. Tayshawn Williams to Eli Benning. Benning underneath, yes! Eli Benning gives us a 4-point lead. Steve Eck calls a timeout for Cape and Mount Carmel. It'll be a 30-second timeout, and we'll keep it right here. Each team has two left. Grizzlies with a 4-point lead. Possession arrow pointing to Capen. And each team with two fouls here in the fourth quarter. Well, it's been a back and forth game. It's been a good game. It's been a fun game to call, but boy, I'll tell you what, it's nerve-wracking. Grizzlies had a huge lead at half. Lost all of it in the third quarter. Now they've gotten some of it back here in the fourth, leading by 4 with 3:17 remaining on the game clock. And just to recap again, the girls play on Tuesday, we don't know where. The boys play on Wednesday here against we don't know whom. We'll have all that information. There are games being played tonight, and there are games Friday night being played. We are not playing Friday. It is our bye night. So we will sit back and be spectators. This is our 20th game. Back underway. Capen with the ball. Bringing it down the floor. Over here on the near side. That's Brooks Powers with it. Giving it to Charles. There's a three ball. Short. Rebounded by Liam Calvert. He feeds it up to Henderson and he missed. Oh, an easy lay-in, and we missed it. Thingvall missed an easy one. Now we have a whistle and a foul is going to be called. It's on Calvert. It's his second. Third team foul on Northwest. Well, we're going to do whatever it is. They're doing it over. Tegan Charles has the ball. Powers underneath. Whose ball is it? They're going to give it to Kapaun. A slight protest given by Tayshawn Williams. Thingvall with it. Dishes it off. Corbin Johnson back to Thingvall. Picked off. They'll probably call a charge on that one. They did. To charge on Jace Glasper. Jace was not even looking forward when he collided with a player who was definitely set. Unfortunate turnover. It also puts Northwest at the limit on fouls. Glasper almost picked that one off of Thingvall. Thingvall goes up. Oh, come on, that was a charge too. Liam Calvert's gonna be charged with with a blocking foul. Northwest is now over the limit. Third foul on Calvert, by the way. And I don't think Calvert got the benefit of that call. Thingvall missed. Northwest side erupted. Perhaps justice was somewhat served in their view. Thingvall makes 1 out of 2. It's a 3-point game. Here comes Northwest. You guys need to score on this possession. Tayshawn Williams had his pocket picked by Thingvall. In the paint, Thingvall's going to go up and score. No! But he's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. This is not the way we want him to score points either. Grizzlies need to maintain their composure here. Thingvall's first one is good. He missed the second, and the rebound goes to Tegan Charles. Thingvall has it now, top of the key. He's driving, putting it up, and it does not fall, and the rebound goes to Williams. And a foul's called on Blaze Dalian. I take it back. They changed that to Tegan Charles. That'll make it his third. Grizzlies with the ball and a 2-point lead. Williams gives it to Benning. Benning drives into the paint, puts it up, count the basket, and a foul. Foul is charged to Charles. It's his fourth. It's also the fourth team foul on Kapaun. So they're at the limit. Everybody's shooting free throws the rest of the night. Oh, he missed it. Gosh, we needed to have that. We have a foul called. And I think that's going to be called on Benning. 57 seconds remaining in regulation. Brooks Powers will go to the line and shoot 2. And it fell in. Well, if we didn't have bad luck, we wouldn't have any on that one. Did everything but fall out. Second one by Powers is missing. Rebounded by Thengvall, and he scores. 48-47 Northwest, and another timeout has been taken. It's a full timeout. We'll figure out who took it after we come back from this quick commercial timeout. Stay with us. This is Grizzly basketball. Back at Northwest, coming out of the timeout. 52 seconds remaining. Grizzlies lead 48-47, and they have the ball. Liam Calvert will inbound for Northwest. He's got Williams, Benning, Red, and Henderson on the floor with him. Henderson has the ball, sends it to Benning. Benning back out to Williams, back to Benning. Benning with the ball. Benning drives, puts it up, he's fouled to go to the line and shoot a pair. If you ever needed to make 2 free throws, Eli, now is the time. He made the first. One more for Eli. Yes, he made them both. And now a timeout is being taken by Northwest. It's a full timeout. I think we'll just keep it here. And during this timeout, well, let's recap the game board first. 34 seconds remaining in regulations. Grizzlies lead 50-47. Each team with 1 timeout left, and both teams are over the limit on fouls. Girls will play Tuesday somewhere. We don't know where or against whom yet. And we believe we're going to be there. And we believe the game will be at 7, in which case we would be on the air at 6:45. Check NWHS Grizz for more information. We'll have it posted. We probably won't have it posted until day of game. We're not going to know till this weekend who or where we're playing, or even if we have permission to do the game. The boys will play at home on Wednesday against a team yet to be determined. And we'll bring you that game. We're going to go through the same scenario with that. We think it's at 7, and we think we'll be on the air at 6:45. 34 seconds to go in this one. Kapaun will inbound, trailing by 3. Brooks Powers takes the inbound pass. Powers still with it. And Tayshawn Williams gets it. And he is hammered. It'll be a two-shot foul, a two-shot foul. Tayshawn Williams, I couldn't ask for anybody better to be at the free throw line here. Officially 16 seconds remaining. Williams really needs to make the first one. He does. It's a 2-possession game. Second one coming. He missed it, and it's rebounded by Kapaun. Thengvall has it on the near side. Underneath, he puts it up and scores. And he's fouled on the play. So he's got a chance to get it within 1. He missed. Northwest ball on a lane violation. 9 seconds to go. Could it be? And a timeout's been called by Northwest. It's a full timeout. We're going to go ahead and take this one with them. And we're back at Northwest coming out of the timeout. 9.5 seconds to go. Grizzlies will inbound the ball with a 2-point lead. The one thing you don't want to do here is turn it over. Jace Glasper will inbound. And he gets it into Benning. And Benning is fouled immediately. 8 seconds to go. It would behoove you, Eli, to make them both. Make it a 2-possession game. Grizzlies led by 11 at the half. Gosh almighty. They trailed at the end of the third quarter by 2. Now they lead by 2. Benning has one more free throw. Make it. He missed them both. Thengvall could tie it here. Puts it up, it's blocked. And that'll do it. Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win! Listen to the crowd. All I can say is wow. Who'd have thunk it? They led by 11 at half, trailed by 2 at the end of 3 quarters, giving it all back and then some, and then put it together in the 4th quarter and hung on to win 51-49. They will be the number 3 seed in 6A West. Don't know who they'll play yet. We'll find that out by the weekend. We will bring you the boys' game Wednesday night live right here at Northwest High. We'll be on the air, we believe, at 6:45 on Wednesday night for the first sub-state game. Grizzlies are guaranteed 2 games at home if they win the first. Woo. I guess at this point, I usually, being the last regular season game, want to thank all of our sponsors, and I am going to do just that. Want to thank all of the sponsors who have brought you Grizzly basketball throughout the season. You've seen our tributes to them and our thanks to them over and over. We just ran it again. We could not thank all of those nice people enough for everything that they have done to get Grizzly basketball on the World Wide Web for all of you to watch. That's it. We're on the air, we hope, on Tuesday. Check NWHS Grizz for the game time and location. We'll have that for you posted. All that information on NWHS Grizz. Until then, for our executive producer, Craig Hill, who has my deepest and sincerest thanks for helping us out tonight when no kids were available. For Craig, I'm Kevin Arkin saying, Grizzlies win 51-49 over Cape and Mount Carmel. We'll hopefully see you on Tuesday. Until then, good night from Northwest High.